let's go Sabro again with this Pallet Notes beer. It's a New England IPA using the Sabro hop from Pressure Drop. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock? Let's do it. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we are reviewing this beer from Pressure Drop. It's called Pallet Notes and it's another beer using the Sabro hop. But this is actually a New England IPA. Some of the other Sabro hops ones have been just IPAs or pale ales. This one's a New England IPA, so you wouldn't necessarily usually expect a Sabro hop in a New England IPA. So not only Sabro, it has got Simcoe and Mosaic in it as well. It says it's haze, juiced and tropicalized. Let's see what else it says here. It says the brewer's palate is finely honed, selecting flavours and aromas from an artist's palettes of hops. Once the beer is made, it is lovingly placed on a pallet and shipped off to be enjoyed. Fresh. So that's where the name Pallet Notes comes from. A palette of beers using Simcoe, Mosaic, and of course Sabro. So without further ado, I should stop rattling on and get this beer out of the can into the glass. So New England IPA is probably one of my favourite types of a style of craft beer, and Sabro is fast becoming one of my favourite types of hops. So really, combining those two, we should be on for a winner. So beer in the glass. We've got a nice two-finger. It's just sort of off-white. It's like almost a creamy white sort of head, with a sort of hazy, but probably less. It's a little bit more orangey than your sort of normal New England IPA. A little bit more orange there than yellow. But let's get some aroma, shall we? Yeah, difficult. I'm getting quite a lot of orange actually in terms of the aroma. Orange and pineapples, bit of lemon. Yeah, it reminds me of a Robinson's orange, pineapple and lemon cordial, not surprisingly with those smells. Yeah, pretty nice and fresh, really juicy, fruity. Yeah, let's get it down, shall we? Cheers everyone. Yeah, there's no mistake in that this has got Sabro in it. You know, if it's one thing you can say about Sabro is that when you taste it, there's no sort of like, oh, is that something else? It's definitely Sabro. You're getting you know, for me, pina colada, pineapple, coconut. But when I first tasted this, I was thinking, yeah, that reminds me of a Malibu. You know, it's coming in quite high in alcohol. It's 7.4%. That's pretty high, and you're getting that sort of rum sort of taste to it. Malibu and pineapple. Yeah, I remember drinking that when I was about 17. This is what this reminds me a little bit of that. So the Sabro is obviously quite big, you know, in the brew process there, because it's definitely coming through. And although I can smell that sort of orange sort of aromas, I'm not getting that in the taste. It's coconut, lime, pineapple. They're the big three flavours. A bit of yeah, I mean the lime is the real zesty, citrusy sort of thing. There's not much else. There's not much other tropical stuff. There's not much mango. Maybe a bit of passion fruit actually, just to sort of calm that pineapple. The pineapple and the passion fruit are sort of fighting it out for flavour, and then you get this sort of wash of sort of a coconut, and you get a little bit of hot burn there. I don't know if it's a hot burn or again alcohol burn. It's quite high on alcohol, and it does remind me of a rum. You know, it's got that sort of rum sort of taste in it. I mean, I think this would probably be better enjoyed if we were in the Caribbean. The sun was shining, we had palm trees, we had the beach, we had the sea slowly lapping against our feet. I think, you know, you'd get 10 times enjoyment from this beer. But instead, we're based here in the northwest. It's September. Summer is definitely over. So this is a beer probably would be enjoyed better in sunnier climes. but it's still pretty good. I mean, I do love the Sabro hop. This is maybe a little bit stronger, and you get the less of the freshness. I mean, it certainly looks beautiful. It looks a beautiful beer. I'm trying to think, because it's a New England IPA, of recent New England IPAs I've had. I must admit, one of the ones that I really did enjoy, which I haven't reviewed on the channel because it sort of came, I had it when I was on holiday, and then when I went back to buy some more, thinking I'm going to review it, they were gone. And that was the Stewart's Brewery New England IPA from Lidl, in the Lidl's Scottish beer, craft beer festival, whatever you want to call it, but they only had it in probably 2 weeks or so. But that was the last New England IPA, and there is an element of New England IPA in there, as you would expect. I suppose it's difficult to sort of think about it because you just don't expect that sort of Sabro hop and the Sabro sort of flavours coming through in a New England IPA. But it is really nice, and it is, you know, a few of these you'd be on your way. I certainly think that. Anyway, let me think about it a bit more, and we'll come up with some scores, shall we? For pressure drops, pallet notes. Just wait a few more seconds, and here comes the scores. Okay, the scores are in for Pressure Drops Pallet Notes New England IPA, coming in at a whopping 7.4%. It's in a 440ml can, and we have got Sabro, we have got Simcoe, we've got Mosaic. They're the 3 hops that are made into make this beer. First things first, Aroma. Well, you're getting that pineapple, you're getting a little bit of pineapple and coconut, but you also get a little bit of sort of the more of an orangey sort of in terms of the sort of citrus sort of flavor, aromas. Quite nice, not overpowering. I'm going to get 13 out of 20. Appearance. It looks great, lovely, yellowy, hazy. The head's almost sort of disappeared, but you get nice lace in the glass. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for appearance. I think it's pretty good. Looks pretty good. Flavours. It really is a good example of Sabro. Nice pineapple, coconut, lime. They're the ones that mix together, and really that, you know, there's not much else. There's not really sort of other oranges and lemons really. There's no sort of grapefruit. You're not getting a huge amount of things like mango. Maybe a little bit of passion fruit in there as well. But flavour wise, in terms of it, it's nice and soft. It's low levels of carbonation. I'm giving it a solid 33 out of 40 for flavour. Value for money, well, there's a lot going on in this, and it's quite, 7.4%, quite high in alcohol. It's in a 440ml can. I paid £4.50 for it. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. And then my overall experience, it's nice. It's a lovely beer, but for me, and this marks it down a little bit, is that at 7 point, you can tell it's sort of a little bit higher than your sort of other beers. You can get that sort of. I think it's for me it just reminds me of rum. You get that sort of real coconutty sort of flavour that you get with a Malibu or something like that. It almost feels it's a New England IPA with a rum dropped into it. So that lowers my overall sort of experience in terms of the score. But it is really pleasant. I probably wouldn't want to drink more than one of these just because of the alcohol factor. So I'm giving it a 13 out of 20. Tighten those scores up, we get a very respectable 76. It's a White Snake beer, so we're going to slide this one down very slowly, very easily. To the next review. Keep on rocking.